Good afternoon, Villa fans. Good afternoon, Villa fans. This is a first live reaction video that I'm doing. Not really used to this, so bear with me as I get used to the settings and the camera settings. But yeah, I wanted to jump on and give my thoughts on the FA Cup exit against Newcastle yesterday. I was out and about Swindon Outlet Centre with the missus, so watching the game on the go on my phone. So was just keen to jump on and give my thoughts on the game. I normally do these reaction videos for a Monday when the kids are at school and I've got a bit of time to do it. But as most of you parents will know, it's half term next week, so no rest for me when it comes to the childcare. And those of you that have been watching the channel since day one, I've got a child who's autistic, so it can be quite, can be quite difficult to sort of find time to sort of work around him. So please join the chat. Please do like as well. But I just wanted to jump on and give my thoughts on the game while it's still sort of fresh in the memory. And maybe we can delete it from the memory as soon as possible. So Aston Villa 1, Newcastle 3, Villa exit the FA Cup. I mean, I'm not overly disappointed. I want us to focus on the Europa League and obviously securing Champions League, whether that's with the Europa League win or looking at sort of, Premier League places as well. So getting that sort of top 4, top 5, perhaps. So that's where I think we are going to be successful this season. So the FA Cup for me, it was a chance to give some players a bit of a run out, and Unai definitely did that as well. So it was good to see people like, Lamar Bogard, Tammy Abraham getting a start as well, Ross Barkley coming in, Victor Lindelof, who I thought did really well when he's been called upon. So it was good to see from that side of it. But yeah, overall, guys, I mean, I thought first half we controlled the game. When it was 11v11, I think we were on top. Refereeing decisions obviously were absolutely diabolical. Both, sort of in our favour and against us as well. I mean, Luca Digne, how he stayed on the pitch from that sort of challenge on Jacob Murphy. I mean, when I saw it in real time, I thought that's a red. He's caught him quite high up as well on the shin. And to me, that was a definite red card. And obviously the penalty, non-penalty debacle in the second half when the cross comes in as well. That was just horrendous. Tammy Abraham getting his goal, which is excellent for him. Doug Luiz with a smart little free kick, dink over the top off the training ground. Again, it looked offside. It probably was offside, but no VAR in the FA Cup. So very good for Villa to take the lead early on. I thought Morgan Rogers was having a strong game. Leon Bailey, for me, not quite. I didn't really rate his performance, if I'm being honest with you. But, winding it back, let's talk about sort of Marco Bizot. So this is going to be a little bit all over the place a little bit. This is my first live. So give it some context. So team lineup-wise, I was happy with the lineup that Unai Emery chose. I did kind of call it as well that would probably be kind of the lineup. Only surprise for me was Onana actually getting a start. We all know his sort of injury track record and things like that. So yeah, he got the start. He played okay. As I said, first half I thought we were in control. That early goal for Tammy Abraham was good. Douglas Luiz passing it around, getting back to getting into the groove, should we say? But still a little bit way off what we expect from Douglas Luiz, given his previous time with us. But yeah, Abraham, nice, well taken goal. And I said 11v11, we're in control. But then getting towards half time, you just want to see the half out. I think it was our corner as well. Luca Digne's played it in. It's half cleared. Leon Bailey's trying to put it back in the mixer, slipped as he's trying to deliver it into the box. And then Newcastle have managed to get it and put that ball over the top. And Bizot comes absolutely charging out. I mean, like the monk from Mean Machine, which I think Luke Robinson has talked about already. It was crazy. It was crazy. And then to bring him down like that, I mean, even in the game time, I just thought, like, just let him go past you, let him score. If it goes in the back of the net, at least we're 11v11, and I'd fancy our chances 11v11. But as soon as he went into pure monk mode and brought him down, it was just like, yeah, this is not going to end well, and rightly so. It was a red card. It was reckless and dangerous. I think the actual reason for dismissal was denying a clear goal scoring opportunity. I'm not quite so sure about that because, Murphy's taken the ball wide. There are players in recovery as well. But It was reckless. It was dangerous. It was quite high up as well. So he had to go. He definitely had to go, Marco Bizot. So red card for him. Martinez obviously comes on. Bailey comes off. And, at that point, it's half time. We get it to half time at least. There's only about a minute to go. And it's just like back to the wall. Obviously, we've been on the other side of this where Brentford have come to Villa Park and managed to kind of park the bus, as it were, in the second half and defend deep, low block. Villa, we're never a team like that. Even under Unai, where we're organised, we are good. I don't think we're quite good at defending kind of low blocks. And the players that he had out there were a little bit kind of, not of, let's say, no Konsa in there at the back, no Tyrone Mings at the back as well. Maybe he could have made some changes. Maybe he could have brought on certain players. I mean, when we started the second half, I was surprised to see that he'd gone with a 4 at the back, 3 across midfield, and then put sort of Morgan Rogers up top with Tammy Abraham. That kind of threw us a little bit. It was a throwback to, I think Dan Bardell mentioned this in his one, where we played Rotherham a couple of years ago in the Championship, and I think we were down to 10 men then. I think Dean Smith went with something similar, where he went with 2 up front. Obviously, Premier League and Championship is a lot different in terms of the quality, and Rotherham and Newcastle, totally different sort of kettle of fish as well. But he decided to go with sort of Rogers more advanced, playing closer to Tammy Abraham, and it kind of worked, I suppose, in a way. But I just felt as though if we could just hold on, maybe have 2 banks of 4, be a bit more kind of structured and rigid to try to break down. I thought we were kind of too open, even with a 3 across midfield. But that's my own sort of personal opinion. I thought maybe he should have went with 2 banks of 4. So yeah, second half, Newcastle obviously, using the spaces, using the spaces out wide, and getting sort of balls into the box and set pieces and all that sort of stuff. And I think Luca Digne's handball incident, did it happen before the first goal? I said I was out and about, so I was watching it on the go. I can't remember the timeline of events, but Sandro Tonali, without a goal this season, manages to bag 2 against us. The first one coming with a deflection off Dougie Luiz, sort of wrong foots Martinez, and it's 1 each. And at that point, you're thinking, right, Newcastle got their tails up. We need to defend and see out, this sort of game, but it didn't quite happen, unfortunately. And it was Tonali again scoring sort of late on, edge of the box, lovely finish, crisp, low dry. As soon as he hit it, as soon as it left his foot, you kind of knew that was going to nestle into the bottom corner, and even beating a keeper of Emi Martinez's quality. So that ends up in the back of the net, and it's 2-1 to Newcastle. We're pushing a little bit then at that point. He throws on Jadon Sancho, Emi Buendia. I thought Sancho did quite well when he came on. Showed some good feet. I think he had a long-range effort as well. But it was linking up well with Ian Martson, a fellow substitute that came on as well, and Martson was pushed on kind of advanced. So we did try to kind of go for it without creating too many more chances. I thought Tammy Abraham came off a little bit early in this game. I thought he was getting, he was winning his fair amount of duels in kind of midfield and up front and holding the ball up for us and bringing people into play. But obviously, he decided to bring on sort of Ollie Watkins, and we didn't see too much more sort of in attack there as well. So it was frustrating to exit the FA Cup. I think, obviously we've got to have priorities in terms of what we're going for. But I felt as though if we got past Newcastle, we've beaten Spurs in the previous round. Who knows? We might have joined Man City, but who knows? But I thought Newcastle were, they deserved the win. I'm not going to say they didn't. I thought they pressed hard. They had a few chances. I think Anthony Gordon flashed one just past the post as well. But yeah, Villa going down to 10 men, it's never a good look for us. We don't really kind of attack teams or sit in a low block the way that we should. But it is what it is. We're out of the cup. We've got Leeds coming up next in the Premier League on Saturday. So hopefully we can get some rest into a few players' legs there. John McGinn, I think he might miss this one against Leeds, but could be back for either Wolverhampton or maybe more likely Chelsea. But I think we do need to get sort of John McGinn back in the lineup. Hopefully Yuri Tielemans is not too far behind him, but probably looking at sort of mid to late March for a return date for Yuri. But we need bodies back. You can tell from the quality that we're missing. The quality coming in is not quite obviously the same. So there is a drop off as I said, Leon Bailey for me. He gets 1-against-1 against a fullback, and you just want him to kind of be positive and take him on. But I'm not really seeing it at the moment. He did assist for Tyrone Mings' goal against Brighton, but just not seeing it enough. I thought Sancho looks more sharper at the moment out of the two if we're going to play someone. I'm not sure why Alisson wasn't in the squad. I think he picked up a little bit of a knock here and there. So that was, after we saw a little cameo of him against Brighton where he looked quite bright, quite sharp, Morgan Rogers-esque, it would have been nice to sort of seen him play in this one as well. But unfortunately, it wasn't to be. But guys, look, I'll leave it there. As I said, this is just more of a test for me to do jumping on for my first live. But yeah, if you guys watch it back, do leave your comments as well. Let me know your thoughts on the game. I'll hopefully be jumping more frequently live. This is just me getting the first one out of the way, and I just thought there's no point me sort of doing a match reaction for the Newcastle game tomorrow, because it's just going to be fish and chip paper, isn't it, by then? And everyone's sort of forgotten and kind of moving on and thinking about the next. So just wanted to jump on. I'm off for a Sunday swim now. But yeah, until the next one, guys, catch you all soon. Smash a like. First live that I've ever done. I would appreciate that. And speak to you all again soon. Bye for now.